thanks for joining. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and today I want to show you the project that I made using the snail mail suite from the tutorial bundle that I put together, or I collaborate on with some other demonstrators. So each month we pick a suite and we each make a project, and if you order from me, you can get this PDF for free. It has 12 projects. So we're featuring the snail mail, and you'll just go through. This is the color combo, this is the suite, and then we have our amazing design team. So we just have a little bit of information, our blogs, and then we just go into it. We have a picture, we have measurements, and we have instructions. And the way we work is we pick a suite in the catalog, and we can go anywhere between one suite and the other. So everybody can pick whatever they want between suites, and we usually stick with, so we'd go up to this one. We usually stick with this, but there's a couple of projects that are with different stamp sets. So I hope that makes sense. So if you order from me online, you can get this for free. It's really great, and you don't have to make the projects exactly as is. You can use different stamp sets and just get an idea. It has the measurements and everything. So today we will do my card. I don't know, I like the mushrooms. The snails are cute, but I was drawn to the mushrooms for some reason. I don't know what that tells you about me. But anyway, it's got my measurements, it's got my instructions, and a picture. So let's get started. This is the Snail It stamp set, and then it has coordinating dies. So it's really cute. You can even make a little envelope with this, and I think that's just so precious. And there's some mushroom dies, and then the snails, and this frame. So I think it's a really good set of dies, whether you use it with or just on its own. So I have my pieces, and the great thing about this, and I found this, Patty Bennett had showed it, and I'm sure it's been around for a while. This is a 4x4 piece of designer series paper, and it's really cute. It's from the suite, and that's what I'm using. So I'm going to cut it on a diagonal and then spread it apart. So you can actually get 6 card fronts using this pattern. So the 4x4, and then you just cut it on a diagonal. So let me get my trimmer here, and I'm going to cut it. It kind of doesn't really matter. I just want to have some here and some here. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to do it like this. I want to have a little bit coming down and coming up. And we'll just cut it. There you go. So now we have our 2 pieces. Now you can, if you wanted to, just put this on a 5 1/4 by 4 piece that you would kind of use as your standard layer, but I made mine 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 because I wanted to have a little bit of white showing before I got into the Bermuda Bay. So we'll just put this like this, and you'll have this little rim around it. So I just want to kind of get an idea of where I want to put it. And then this piece I cut out with the Stitch Shapes, the circle, the second size in. And this is a piece of the designer series paper as well. Figured I'd just stay in the family. And then I'm going to stamp and cut out this mushroom setting. So for this piece, I want to just kind of line it up. Of course, I move it. Get it all where I think I want it, put this down, and then I want to stamp my sentiment right here. I'm not going to glue it down because I might make a mistake and need to flip it. So for this one, I use the hello from the Snailed It. I want to make this a birthday card, and I'm using a grandkid, and it has the happy birthday and then the so smart, so fun, so sweet, and so wonderful. I love that. So I will ink this up with Bermuda Bay ink. And then let me just get a piece of scrap. Oh, that's well used, but it's handy. I just like to stamp it check it out first before I go on my paper. So I'm going to just stamp it right here. Okay, and then we'll put this aside. Let's do our inside layer. And the inside on this one, I just took a strip, it's a 1 inch by 5 1/4 to just go down here, and that's how I'll leave it. This one I wanted to use some of these mushrooms. I thought they were cute, and the inside sentiment is a little bit bigger than I wanted for this. So, hope that makes sense. So let me get the inside sentiment, and let's just give it a whirl. Okay, that looks good. And we'll just stamp it right down there. And I just think that's a really cute, sweet sentiment, especially for a kid. So let's put this aside, and we'll just do our mushroom now. So I'm using black Memento ink, and I'll just stamp this down, and I'll cut it out off camera. So just give me a second to do that. Okay, so I will use the dies that go with this. This one, it kind of looks funny, but it does fit. And I'm just going to step away and cut it out, and I will be right back. So here we have it. I have it cut out. We'll put this back here and put this aside. And now we want to color it. And I'm using a couple of things. I'm using the Stampin' Blends, and then I'm going to also use Blushing Bride for these little parts. Now, Blushing Bride does not have a stamping blend. So the way I'm going to do this is just take my Blushing Bride ink pad, stick my block into it. Let's close this up, and I'll just use a blender pen. I'm going to get that scrap of paper out again. And let's just put this on here, because I don't want it to be too dark. So I want to just go off on my paper and then pick up some ink and color it in. And this is a great way to color if you don't have the marker color that you need. So we'll just do all of this part, and see how it's so dark when I start. I don't want it that dark, so that's why I'm kind of going off on the scrap paper first. And we'll just get all of this done. There we go. Okay, and then I wanted to also do a little bit on these mushrooms. I just think these mushrooms, I don't know, they're very happy to me. So what else did I do? I did right in here. And then I did this one as well. And right here. So again, this is a great way. You can do this with any of your colors. And the way you clean this is this is a blender pen. You get 3 of them in a pack, which is awesome. And you could pick up off a marker, not these markers, but a water-based, the regular Stampin' Write markers. You can pick up off of an ink pad, a block, watercolor pencils. There's a lot of things you can do with these. This is a great tool to have. So now we want to color just this little greenery, and I'm picking the Bermuda Bay. This is the light Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blend, and I picked this one to match the card. It's not really a green, but I thought it went well. So we'll just quickly color these. Okay, and then I'm using light real red for this big mushroom. Okay, so we're all done with that. I think that's really cute. And I love coloring with the Stampin' Blends. Now, before I get much further, I forgot to tell you about this. I just want to remind you that we're in celebration. So for the rest of the month of February, during celebration, you can earn free products. If you spend $50 or $100, you can earn free stamps, designer series paper. It's really nice. If you have any questions on that, let me know. But the big thing I wanted to tell you is there's a special for buying the starter kit. So typically, buying the starter kit is a great investment to begin with. But so you get, for $99, you get $125 worth of product, and you get to pick the product. You're not going to get a standard starter kit. You get free shipping. All your orders after that, you save 20% on, and you can eventually save 25% as well. Let's see, what else? And then during celebration, you're going to get all these papers for free. That's an assortment of 5, there's a typo in here, 5 packs of 6x6 designer series paper. And it's really beautiful papers. It's just patterns. It's a color for each of our standard papers, the regals, the subtles, what else? The brights and the neutrals. So you'll get the patterns for all of these. So it's really great. If you're interested, just let me know. Email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com. It's really a great deal. You can't go wrong with it, I have to tell you. So I just wanted to do that little plug because it's only in February. So for February, you can do celebration. You can do that join special. If you order from me, you can get this free PDF. So it's a good month to shop. All right, enough commercials. So let's get this put together. I'm going to use my stamp and seal. And I like to just, if you do this, it usually helps break it. Otherwise, it doesn't move forward. And now we want to have this little bit of a border around this. Okay, and then we'll do the top one. Isn't this just a happy card? I love the colors, I think, is part of it. And isn't this cute? So you can cut out those little hellos with one of the dies. So on the dies, you have this word bubble kind of thing for these, which I think is really cute too. This would be a great set for Valentine's Day as well. So let's just put this down. Just trying to make sure it's kind of even all the way around. So now we have our happy birthday, and we want to put this down straight on the circle, and then we'll pop the circle up with dimensionals. Whoops. Okay. So, and I don't think it really matters which way this circle goes. We'll put this down like that, and then we'll put some dimensionals on here. It's a pretty easy card. We try to do more simple cards. Sometimes there's 3D projects in the PDF. It depends on, let me just put one more up here. Depends on, you know, what the folks want to do. Everybody, the only rules are we have to kind of stay in the color family and use the products between suites. So we'll just take these off. And actually, before I put this down, let me put this on the card base so it's not bumpy. Don't want to have a bumpy card. So I like to have, and depending on the card, I like to have this little pop of white around it. So that's why, otherwise you can do this the normal, you know, 4 by 5 1/4 if you didn't want this little bit of white. So now let's put this on. I'll put it right there. And then I decided on this one, I stamped some of the hearts that were in the stamp set, 2 of those. But this time I want to use this resin hearts. And I think these are really cute. So I'm just going to take one of these off and put it after the happy birthday. You can put more on if you want. So I thought that was cute. And now let's put this piece together. So I was thinking about coloring in the insides of these or backing them, but I'm just going to put them down. And I'll use my liquid glue for this. You could cut this out with backing it with the adhesive sheets. I'm trying to think of what I'm talking about here. So I'm just going to put a little glue. It's not coming out. Now it's going to come out too fast. Let's see if I've got some little dried glue on there. There we go. So I'll put one down there. And actually you could cut them out in yellow as well. I'll just stick in with the red here. But of course, you know, your card, you make it the way you want it. I'm just giving you ideas. And there's lots of great ideas in this PDF. Some of the women that are in this group, well, all of them are very talented. So I love that part of it. They have some really good ideas. It's always amazing to see what other people make using the same products. You know, everybody has a different idea. All right. Let's get this on, and then the card is done. So there we go. This is the happy birthday one. And I love this Bermuda Bay color with the red. I think it's really great. So these are the 2 cards. I hope you'll give it a try. You know, give me an order and I'll send this PDF right to you in email, and you can either print it out. It uses a lot of ink, so you can just leave it online as a PDF and work off of it that way. So thanks for joining, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Bye.